Welcome to our teaching and experiential seminar on emotional freedom technique, EFT. Western medicine works with molecules, medication, and they work for many people. Eastern medicine works with energy. So it's a different paradigm, and we have to think differently as we shift paradigms. Greetings, I'm Dr. Lee Pulos, clinical psychologist, and I will be hosting the seminar today, an experiential seminar on energy psychology, more specifically emotional freedom technique, which we'll be referring to as EFT. A little bit about my background. I am a clinical psychologist. I'm also clinical assistant professor emeritus in the Department of Psychiatry at the University of British Columbia. I have served on the clinical faculty of 2 other medical schools. I'm also a diplomate in clinical psychology from the American Board of Professional Psychology. I am in private practice. I'm president of the Canadian Society of Clinical Hypnosis, British Columbia. I have served as sports psychologist for Team Canada and a number of Olympic athletes. I do a lot of mind-body work in my practice, but I offer a whole spectrum of approaches, but I utilize EFT with almost every client, and I'd like to teach almost every person how to do EFT. Now, with energy, every person in the world has enough electricity in their body to light a color TV set for 24 hours. If you think about it, every cell in your body is like a miniature battery, positive and negative polarity, and you have 75 trillion batteries in your body. I'd like to provide a little bit of background on energy psychology and the emotional freedom technique, a little bit of theory, where it works, what it works for, and why it works. Now, energy psychology is a branch of energy medicine, and there are a number of other branches of energy medicine such as homeopathy, acupuncture, and so forth. The background of EFT, it is based on Chinese medicine, which goes back 5,000 years, and on acupuncture, acupressure theory. One of the more interesting studies was conducted in South America, in Argentina and Uruguay. This study had been going on for 14 years, and they treated 29,000 patients with varying conditions of anxiety, post-traumatic stress, and so forth. And they established, and it was published, complete remission in 76% of the persons who took this training. Now, EFT works for a number of issues. Generalized anxiety, post-traumatic stress, simple, complex phobias. It works for panic attacks, weight loss. I've worked as a sports psychologist, and I've utilized it with many world-class athletes, teaching them to reduce performance anxiety in competition, and also it has been used to reduce performance anxiety in test taking or other situations, presentations, and so forth. It also works quite well with attention deficit disorder, and it helps people focus and concentrate much better. I have used this technique with children as young as 6, and I think the oldest subject was 82. And I like teaching people how to utilize this technique on their own. Now, the qi, which is everywhere, comes into our mouths, goes into our lungs, and is channeled into 12 different meridians and 2 carrying vessels that go to 12 different organs, 12 sets of muscle groups, but, and this is the important thing for us in here, there are 12 corresponding emotions that go with each meridian. So if you get a fearful response, a phobia, let's say, suddenly, when you think about it, metaphorically, the qi meridian that deals with fear will kink up, metaphorically. And then your fear levels go up. So what we will be doing in here is to teach you how to open up all the meridians and to reduce the stress or fear or anxiety levels from a 10 to a 1. Now, one very important thing I should add, I think that our effectiveness level in life, in different areas of our life, is a reflection of our self-esteem. And I think self-esteem is really the hub of the wheel of success in life. It determines the kind of people we attract in our lives, the kind of work, the kind of experiences, and so forth. Because if you don't value yourself, you are not going to draw valuable experiences into your life. So, self-esteem is a whole topic in itself. But in the number of years that I've been working with different people, I've found that there's one thing you can do that will probably do more for raising your self-estimate than anything else, and that is